Hey, what's up, guys? How are you guys doing today? So welcome back to the channel, and we are finally outside today in the garden. I have three beautiful plum trees that I bought like 2 months ago, and I really wanted to get this thing on the ground before that beautiful spring bloom hits. So, and basically get some stuff done in the garden, like cleaning up and doing some miscellaneous stuff. But the plum tree is my main objective for today. So if you guys can stick around with us, we're gonna show you guys, our brand new addition to our garden, our plum tree basically. And you guys gonna, hopefully you guys love it. All right, just stick around. All right, guys, so the first plum tree we gonna be doing is the black ice plum tree. This plum tree, as you can see, it's standing about at 7 feet tall. I actually bought this from fastgrowingtree.com, and look at it. It's a beautiful plum tree. And the reason why I'm planting it right over here, if you look over here, I have another plum tree right here. This is the Santa Rosa plum tree. I don't know if you guys remember from last year. This plum tree is actually bearing fruit for us. And I wanted the black ice. The black ice don't reproduce by itself. So the cross-pollination with the black ice and the Santa Rosa, and on top of that, I have a bubblegum plum tree right next to it. So I wanted these bees to bounce off of this plum tree and pollinate it so it can produce plums. And if you walk with me here for a second, I also have another plum tree. Remember I said to you guys, three. This is another bubblegum plum tree. So I'm gonna have a row of plum trees going straight down, just cross-pollinate off of each other. And over here, this one basically, I'm gonna put it right over here. So I'm gonna remove this pear tree. This is a pear tree. When I bought this pear tree, it came and the packaging it broke, but I kind of like repatched it, and it's perfectly fine now. I'm gonna place this pear tree in another location and put another bubblegum right here. This bubblegum tree, they call this one the pollination of plum tree. It pollinates everything that you have in your garden. So it's never bad to have more than one of these trees in your garden. And let me take you guys to the next plum tree that I have, so you guys can see what I'm basically doing. If you look at this plum tree, this is a 3-in-1 plum tree. This plum tree, it got the Desmond Mason plum, it got the Stanley plum tree inside. So it's gonna bear like 3 different fruits on one tree. This is a beautiful plum tree, this one. And again, I keep all my plum tree close to each other so they can have cross-pollination. I don't want the bee to fly too far apart. And when you turn around, there's another plum tree right here. This is an Italian plum tree. So the Italian plum tree is gonna cross-pollinate with basically the 3-in-1 plum tree. And all of them is like close to each other. But I wanted to make sure they're close enough. If you look over here, if you look over there, see, I'm gonna have them like 5 feet apart. I know that seems to be very, very close, but it really not, because I'm gonna take care of the height. But these trees, they get to 10 feet tall and about 8 feet width. And I can show you guys a mature one, because I have one right over here. So if you look at that tree over there, that's actually that's a fruit cocktail tree, mature size too. And look how big it is. Right now, I prune it back every single year. It gets to about 10 feet, and I bring it back down to 8 feet. And I want to do the same thing to these trees. The same thing. I try to keep them to a dwarf size. Look how beautiful this one came. And you guys gonna see us put these down on the ground. So my vision for this is just have a row going straight down with white blooms in the springtime, and and plums just hanging off of these trees. All right, guys, so we got the first one going. So we're gonna do the black ice plum tree, and this is the spot we're gonna put it. And I wanna tell you guys a little story I had about this black ice plum tree. I actually was waiting for this plum tree to go back on sale. Not sale, to go back in stock for about a year. And finally, when I got a chance to purchase it, I just purchased it. And I couldn't wait to get it, and I was excited. And I can't wait to put it in the ground because I had this thing over 2 months, man. And you know that was killing me. So being outside in the garden right now, I'm kind of enjoying that. I didn't get to dig in months. Now I'm digging again. See, the ground is nice and soft. So I didn't want to wait any longer. All right, when you plant any tree, you want to make sure you dig a hole wide enough for that tree. So that's what you guys see me doing. I know you guys don't want to watch me do this all day, so I'm gonna fast forward it. All right. We're gonna drop some tree tone in there. Got some beautiful tree tone. I'm gonna drop some of this fertilizer inside. Where this tree should be. I usually just throw like 2 handfuls. And just mix it up. Should be good for the next 4 months. And I got a root rocket. Also got this from fastgrowingtree.com. I'm gonna spread that. This basically helps support the root growth for the tree. After we done that, see, here's my tree. That's what happened when you leave it for 2 months. It kind of came out of the soil. So I'm gonna pour some of this soil. This is the soil that came with it. Mix it up with some native soil. I'm gonna mix it up. Right there. I'm gonna make sure it's right on the top. It's perfect. You can start throwing back your native soil. There you go. Throw your native soil back. It's that easy. You want to do this when the dirt is nice and moist and soft. I couldn't do it 2 months back because it was so cold, the ground was so solid. And I don't want to mess around with that. You'll break your back doing that. Yeah, guys, this is basically it right here. I'm gonna stomp on this. Just so we don't have no air pocket. See that? See how much that dirt going down? There we go. And I could put the rest of my dirt. Just gonna use my hand here. It's much more easier like that. All right, we should be good. Get all this dirt back. If I leave it out here, Jack's the dog gonna come mess with it. All right. Build it up like a mound. Stomp on that baby. All right, guys, we're gonna move on to the next one. But this is how this one look. Give it two stabilizers just to stabilize it. We are at the next tree, the bubblegum plum tree. So I'm gonna throw down some fertilizer. Same thing what I did with the black ice. 2 handful. And of course, my root rocket. Get that baby in there. That's gonna help support my root and help it develop pretty fast and strong. I want to mix that up. This is where the pear tree was. I just took that tree out. Look at this baby. Look at this. Look at the roots on this. This is exactly how it came. That drop down is too deep. I'm gonna have to pour some dirt in there. Same dirt that it came with. I'm gonna mix that up with the native soil. Let me put this down. Can't do two things at once. I just want to mix this up. Move some of it to the side. There we go. It should be in line with the other tree. This is perfect. That's what I'm looking for. I'm gonna pour out all this dirt that it came with. Came with all that good stuff. You never can get mad at that. I'm gonna pour back the native soil. There we go. Let me just pour this out. Don't worry, I'm gonna step on this. This tree is grafted. See the graft right here? You wanna make sure the graft stay up above the soil. You don't wanna stick your graft all the way inside. You could kill your tree like that. So yeah, that was a 1, 2, 3 one. Yeah, you know, the typical. Give it that step on. See, I'm gonna need some more soil for here. Ain't nothing I can't fix. I got soil all over the garden. I want to make sure these trees get going. The beautiful spring weather's coming, and I don't want these trees to miss that. This bubblegum tree is gonna be my #1 pollinator for this garden. Let me just step back. I want to see how it looks. Come over here. you guys to see. Look how beautiful that tree is. Very nice. All right, we're gonna move on to the next one. We got the 3-in-1 plum tree. We're gonna go do that one. Ready? All right, we just finished digging up the hole for the last tree, the 3-in-1 plum tree. We're gonna sprinkle down some of that fertilizer. We're gonna average it out. My hand keep getting stuck in that bag because of these gloves. Another root rocket. Pour some of that beautiful soil it came with. Just want to mix it up. I know this hole don't seem to be very big, but it's a deep and big enough hole for me. Yeah, there you go. Just want to mix that up. You know, set the tree however you want to set it. I need a little bit more dirt. Just a little bit more. So I'm gonna throw some native soil in there. All right. This is perfect. All right, I want to spin this tree facing the garden. There we go. That's good. I'm gonna pour out all the soil it came with, of course. I'm not gonna waste none of this. Don't worry. You know when you step on this, it's like nothing. See? It's like there's no soil there. I'm gonna throw back some of that native soil. Basically some of that good stuff. Step on that a little bit. We step back, make sure the tree is how I want it to be. It's looking good. All right, this should be perfect. Tree look good. And we in business. All right, guys. Like any other tree, plum tree requires 6 to 8 hour sunlight. So it's exactly where I need it to be. It's gonna get all the sunlight it needs. And all the pollination it needs. So we have no reason not to produce no fruits. There we go. All right, guys, so we got all 3 of the plum trees down. The only thing I got left, I gotta put that pear tree in the ground. And I got a few other things I gotta do around the garden. You know, the weather is still nice. It's 47 degrees. I think the high today's gonna be 50. So I got a few things left to do. But I want you guys to do one thing for me. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, you know, and give me a feedback. Let me know, I wanna know what you guys think, you know. And I wanna know if you guys are growing plum tree or not, you know. I really appreciate you guys being here today and watching the video. I'm out.